Have you tried a low-carb diet in the past, such as carnivore or keto, and seen your cholesterol skyrocket? Did your doctor tell you carnivore diets are bad and increasing your risk and you should stop that? Well, next time you talk to them, ask them, why doesn't that cholesterol effect happen to everyone who consumes a carnivore diet? Their head might explode. It doesn't happen to everybody. Researchers at the Stanford School of Medicine recently presented a reanalysis of the DietFits trial at the American Society for Nutrition conference, and they found that who has high LDL on a carnivore diet, keto diet, or low-carb diet is determined by genetics. They took 431 participants with genetic data and put them on low-carb diets and followed their genetics, their saturated fat sensitivity, and the diet they were on. And they used a single polygenic score, taking hundreds of genes related to cholesterol level risk versus just 2 genes that are standard used in other studies. And that single score helped determine a person's tendency towards hyper-responding to a low-carb diet. And what they found was the people who were on the low-carb diet, they had them all on it for 6 months. The people who were hyper-responders, who had high LDL being on the low-carb diet, were the ones who are genetically predisposed to having saturated fat sensitivity. So the action for them would be to potentially lower saturated fat intake and or change the sources of the saturated fat in the diet. But the major take home is that no diet is perfect for everyone and no diet is bad for everyone. It's individualized and we have to test, don't guess. So if you're going to try a low-carb diet and you want to know, is it raising your cholesterol? How do you know if you don't have data? So before you start the diet, get a lipid panel, incorporate the diet, get a follow-up lipid panel, and that way you can observe in you, what is that diet doing to your cholesterol? If the LDL goes up, that isn't necessarily bad, but you need more advanced testing to know, is the increase in LDL due to increased large buoyant particles in you, which would be protective and fine, or is it due to increased small dense particles, which would be raising your cardiometabolic risk? So again, we want to test, don't guess, and we want to test more in depth than is done standard. I'm excited to say I have a Beyond Cholesterol panel coming out once my book is published, and that will be an opportunity for you to get that advanced testing. But in the meantime, know that diet is individualized and we should judge a diet based on what it does to you, not what it does to a population in a population study.